This is Damon from NLP Gym. I just spent the day teaching a workshop where I did a demonstration on stacking anchors. Enjoy. Alright, so go ahead and release your hands because we're going to use your hands as anchors. You don't have to close your eyes, but you can if you want to. This is okay either way. And so being your whole self, this is really important to you, right? Okay, and now that you've been exploring it, you probably have a kind of a felt sense of what being your whole self is like. So you were delivering a presentation one time, and you really felt like your whole self, right?
Yeah.
And step into that time when that was happening. See what you saw, hear what you heard, feel what you felt. And as you're doing that, and you're feeling this value of whole self, where do you feel it most in your body?
Right here in my core.
Okay, and let's go from 1 to 10, 10 being the strongest. About how much are you experiencing that sense of whole self?
5 right now.
About 5, okay. So really step into that. Get a sense of that in your chest. And notice that as you're in this presentation, notice that sense in your chest gets stronger and stronger. It starts going up to 6, 7, 8, 9. As soon as it hits 10, squeeze your right hand. Okay, just notice if you give it a little more of a squeeze, it kind of goes up maybe 10, 11. Go ahead and release. Take a deep breath and relax. And then there have been other times where you felt this whole self. So choose another time where you felt this whole self. Maybe there's another presentation, which looks like right here, the project director. Yeah. Okay, so this is another presentation. You're experiencing that sense of whole self. It's coming up through your chest. And as it goes up from a 5, 6, 7, 8, you hit 10, go ahead and squeeze. There you go. That's right. Give it a little more squeeze and watch how it kind of just pumps it up a little bit more, and then just relax. There you go. Go ahead and take a deep breath, relax, let that go. Think about it the last time that you were feeling that whole self, and then you were happy, laughing, and really talkative. And step into that fully, completely. See what you saw, hear what you heard, feel what you felt, and as you feel that intensity of wholeness rising through your chest to the 5, 6, 7, 8, when you hit 10, squeeze your fist, and then just give it a little more pump. Very nice. That's right. Go ahead and let that go. Go ahead and take a deep breath. Open your eyes. Recite the alphabet backwards in 2 seconds.
Something like that.
Okay. So let's just test this anchor. Now, is anybody here not familiar with anchoring? You've all had NLP training. You're not familiar with anchoring? Okay. So what we just did, and the instructions are in your manual, had him step back into a time when he's really experienced this value. And as he's reaching the peak, I had him squeeze his hand, and that's the anchor. There's a lot of different ways you can set anchors. Let's test the anchor to make sure that this puts him back into the state. Okay, go ahead and squeeze your right fist. Okay, you can just see it in his body. Okay. So let's go ahead and do it again. I'm going to say, go ahead and squeeze your fist. I'm going to say, whole self. Okay. I don't know if that's going to connect. It might not. Some people are not as auditory. We'll check on that later. Now, your other value is fulfillment. Okay, and can you think of a time when you really felt that sense of fulfillment? Let's think of a time that you felt very fulfilled and really step into that. And where do you get this felt sense in your body?
Oh, it's up in my
chest. Yeah. Okay. And get a sense of what it feels like when that gets stronger. And where would you say you're at right now? Number?
Oh, like an 8.
An 8. Nice. Okay, so as you feel that building and you really step into that experience and you go to a 9, 10, squeeze your left fist. Fulfillment. Go ahead and relax that. So you see where we're anchoring. When he gets that peak state, he's having to squeeze his fist, so that's the anchor. You said that you knew a few times where you really felt this fulfillment, and it also says here, you're focused on what's going on, you're in the flow. That gives you that sense of fulfillment. Okay. So think of one of those times and really step into that and see what you saw, hear what you heard, feel what you felt, feel that feeling high up in your shoulders. And where are you at now as far as a number?
7.
7. And as you feel that rising to an 8, 9, and a 10, go ahead and squeeze your fist, fulfillment. Go ahead and relax that and let it go. Very nice. Okay, can you think of one more? All right, one more experience where you felt that sense of this value. And then go ahead and step into that. Feel it in your shoulders, and as it rises to a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, squeeze your fist. Fulfillment. Yeah, fulfillment. Okay, go ahead and relax that. Take a deep breath and recite your phone number backwards.
6021.
Yeah, that's it.
Can't
Just let it break state a little bit. Okay. So the third and final value is passion.
Passion, yeah.
Yeah. We know what it's like when you're feeling passion. And think of a time when you really felt passionate. Step into that and see what you saw, hear what you heard, feel what you felt. And really get that sense of passion and feel it start to build. And where do you get that felt sense of passion in your body?
It's strange, but it's right here in my
Back.
whatever these muscles are.
Is it moving up or is it moving? Where's the feeling moving?
Upward.
Upward. Is it a warm feeling or a hot feeling?
Mm-hmm. It's warm.
Warm. Okay. And does it have a weight to it? Soft, heavy? I mean, not soft. Heavy or light?
Electric.
Electric. Okay. So really step into that time. And as you step into this time, what's the number here when you're feeling it at?
I guess 6.
6, okay. So start to really feel that intensifying as you really get into this memory. Feel it go to a 7, 8, 9, 10. Passion. And release that. There we go. It didn't seem like you wanted to release that.
I didn't want to.
Okay. So, was that the only time you've ever been passionate in your life?
No.
Okay. Good.
I'm trying to think of an example. Oh yeah, okay.
Okay. So, step into that. See what you saw, hear what you heard, feel what you felt, and really get a sense of that electric, warm energy moving up your back. And where would you say you're at now, as far as number?
It's like 7.
So you feel that intensifying, moving up, getting warmer, 8, 9, 10, passion. That's right. Go ahead and release that. And did you have any more experiences? Just 2 in your life?
No, I have
Good. So pick a really good one. And once again, step in, you know the drill, see yourself. See everything you saw, hear everything you heard, feel everything you felt. And on a scale from 1 to 10, where are you at right now? 4. So feel that warm electric energy rising through your back, really grounding in this experience of what was happening when you were feeling passionate, moving from a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and passion. Okay, go ahead and release that. Take a deep breath. Okay. Would you like to go into a state where you can experience all 3 of your highest values at one time?
Pretty cool.
Think so?
Yeah.
All right. Let's check this out. As you think about your highest values and you're aware of the anchors that we set, you can take your hands and just kind of do like this. And what happens when you bring them together and you get that sense of whole self and fulfillment as you squeeze your hands together? Bring them all the way together. And squeeze that whole self and fulfillment. And just what happens when you bring that other piece of passion.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And then you can hold this for a second and just think about everywhere in your life where you want to take this into your life. A week from now, a month from now, a year from now. These states really being what your highest values are and being able to bring this into your everyday life, whatever you want. So,
It's pretty powerful.
you look a little drugged.
Cool. Yeah, I feel like.
Okay. All right. So, having experienced all 3 of them at one time, is there a new sort of value or word that comes out of that?
I think I see more of just a symbol. It's kind of like it's me in front of me, like Mamie, but in a kind of a bubble. It's just kind of like remember who you are, and solid, fulfilled, whole, and passionate. Yeah.
Nice. So we really kind of gone the whole gamut on this. He's got, we elicited, he's had his values elicited. He's added the criteria for those values elicited, and then we've connected them to specific states, and then brought them all together, and he created a metaphorical representation of it. So he's got his symbol. So you've got the specifics in reality, you've got the value, you've got the symbol, you've got the state. Do you need anything else?
That's it. That's good for now.
So let's go over what I did. So you don't have to put the anchors in all the same places that I did. What I wanted him to be able to do is to access these anchors for himself, so that he's not dependent on me to do it. If I had anchored him on his back here, he's going to have a hard time reaching back there, right? If I did the shoulder, it's still the same thing. It's a little hard to do that. You can anchor on the arm or here. I wanted him to be able to fire the anchors at the same time, so it's hard to do this. It's much easier to do this. And then his knee's right there, so we can do this and then bring it down to the knee, hit the third anchor, and have them all set at the same time. If you can think of something more creative or something that works better, that's fine. It doesn't have to be these places. When you're anchoring someone else, you just want to make sure that they can access the anchors later. So, you can, next presentation, you can go.
I was wondering because then I was thinking, this is great, but if I have to make a fist while I'm presenting or something, that you could do that certainly. It could also be like angry.
Well, you can just be.
But that's perfect.
No, you can just be standing and like turn aside and squeeze your fist in that, or this before you get up to do the presentation.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed the demonstration. Check out our website, nlp-gym.com. Follow us on Facebook for real-time updates on upcoming workshops and free practice sessions that I hold here in Santa Cruz. If you like this video, please click like right down below. Stay tuned to find out at the end of this video how to get your hands on a free NLP online training. Take care.